KW, you got a minute? What's up, buddy? You sit down for a second?
Yeah.
We gotta make a change. Tomorrow, for Mahomes Mountain, we're gonna bring in some fresh blood for the intro.
It's been great working with everybody on the mountain. I appreciate the opportunity. It's been great being around you guys.
We know how much you care about it and how much you try. It's just
maybe like if it's a rehearsal squad or something. Practice team.
I think for this week, you just observe.
We'll see. Maybe I can. Okay, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there anyways, though.
All right. Thanks, man.
Can I take this?
It's yours. Okay.
Good afternoon, live from Mahomes Mountain. This is Heidi Gardner from SNL. But more importantly for this segment, a Kansas City native and a diehard Chiefs fan. So here to recap a crazy week 6. The Tomato Can Cowboys put up an F game. Nick Sirianni literally taunted his own fans, and Aaron Rodgers reunited with an old friend. But none of that really matters because my Chiefs remain well-rested and undefeated coming off a bye. So without further ado, live from New York, it's Mahomes Mountain!
Wow.
She is excellent.
Wow.
Wow.
Imagine if we got that level of performance for the intro every week.
I understand.
I mean, it was amazing.
I was in a helicopter one time.
I mean, we can't afford Heidi every single week, but wow, what a performance. And obviously,
Solid. I'm a team player.
Check her out every Saturday on SNL. Not
She's
that
a
SNL means
professional.
my
No, it's good. I'm sure
I think
SNL. Lauren Michaels like, wow, you shouted us out on first things
I
first.
think it's doing quite well. All right, time for the mountain. Here's who's off the mountain. Listen, I didn't kick Joe Flacco off the mountain. But the rule is, if you're not starting quarterback, you're off. And Shane Steichen said we're going back to Anthony Richardson. Derek Carr's hurt, so he's off the mountain. Aiden O'Connell, I got to tell you, man, if your name wasn't beneath you right there, I would not have guessed looking at that headshot that starting NFL quarterback is what we're working with here. Huntley Levis, you're not on the mountain. And Deshaun is getting close to being off even base camp. All right, now to row 7, Sam.
Let's go.
Trevor had to drop down. Trevor had dropped down. I actually didn't think he played terribly, but they just keep losing games, and he did throw a bad pick. Daniel Jones had to drop down because Brian Daboll went in that game. He was like, if we can just get 2.6 yards of play and just go for every 4th down, we might be able to get to 10 points, and they still couldn't. Shout out to a couple kids.
Hey, we'll take it.
Drake May and Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
Touchdowns, some yards, some mistakes. Honestly, better first starts than Bo Nix or Caleb had.
That's true.
I give them credit. Give them credit for what they did. And then Bo Nix, Dalton, and Richardson stay where they are. 6th row, Jalen Hurts moves up. He's really just throwing go balls and A.J. Brown and drags to Devontae. But 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. I thought Geno played better than the stat line suggested on Thursday night, but it's the 3rd straight loss. He had 2 picks he has to drop. Kyler, fresh off the Call of Duty partnership, he wasn't as sharp as you'd helped. Who could have seen that coming? Sam Darnold was on a bye. Hey, listen, fair is fair. Aaron Rodgers did throw for the most yards he's thrown for in over 1,000 days, and he played decent until the final play of the game. He moves up a bit. And I thought Justin Fields played well this week. Had 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. He might lose his job for it, but we moved him up. Row 5. Freddie, listen, if I don't like Brock Purdy, why is he green and moving up the mountain? I'm just asking. the question. If I don't like him, why is he on the same row with the highest paid player in league history in Dak Prescott? All the nerds' favorite quarterback in Justin Herbert. One of my favorite guys, Matt Stafford, didn't play this week. Kirk Cousins in a win. Dropped down just a touch, played the Panthers, wasn't great, and other guys needed to move up. Kirk didn't do anything wrong. Now to the top 10. Jared Goff almost moved up. Didn't quite. There was an argument he should have moved up, but you'll see who's above him. I'm not sure he would go. He played great this week, though. Caleb. Look at my guy. Almost right back to where he started on the mountain. Remember, he started row 3 dead middle. He's almost there. It's row 4. 2 rookies. This is an NFC North row, except for Jaden, a rookie row. And Jordan Love, remember he had the 1-week penalty for going full Levis. You never go full Levis. He's now back to where he deserves. Now to row 3. I know this really confuses Wilds because Joe Burrow got a win and moved down. But, hey, listen, I thought this was his second worst game of the year.
True.
Listen, the run was awesome, and I know he had it in him. But aside from that, I didn't think it was that sharp, so he moves down. Baker Mayfield, 15 touchdowns, 300 yards. The Tampa Bay, this close to being 5-1. Instead, they're 4-2. He keeps playing great. Todd Bowles loves him. Mike Evans loves him. Chris Godwin loves him. And Josh Allen stays where he is. And then row 2, pretty obvious, I think. Lamar stays where he is. He was brilliant once again. And C.J. Stroud, that it factor with C.J. Stroud is really strong. And they did just drop a 40-piece in this last game. And, of course, on a week off, hanging out, Patrick Mahomes stays atop his own mountain. Thank you to Heidi Gardner for the intro. Coach, come on. You got to say it.
It's a good mountain.
It's a good mountain.
I mean, it's a pretty good mountain.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Caleb, I think you're moving him up a little bit too far.
Is he okay? Are you okay with where Jaden is?
I think Jaden's
right next to Caleb.
I don't think
Two peas in a
Caleb's
pod.
quite where Jaden, has been so far. Daniel Jones should probably be up on the mountain just because of how tough he is. But that's not really where I'm going to focus. I'm focusing on where you got Josh Allen. And I've been as hard on the Bills as anybody, and my expectations going into the season were very low for them. I didn't think they were going to win the division. I didn't really think they were going to make the playoffs. And the reason being is they lost 50% of their production in the passing game. And he starts the season with two guys, a rookie and Shakir, with a combined 39 receptions and 2 touchdown passes, versus Lamar and Stroud and the weapons that they had, which are radically different. Lamar had Bateman and Flowers, 109 catches, 6 TDs. Yeah. CJ had Diggs and Collins, 187 catches, 16 TDs. But now look at what they've done throughout the course of the season. The most impressive thing to me about Josh Allen, this is 8 games in a row where he hasn't thrown an interception. So he's 3 games off the all-time record, or the all-time recent record with Tom Brady at 11. And that's really, really impressive considering he threw 18 last year and was second in the league in interceptions. His numbers match up with the other guys, and I don't think you're giving him enough credit in this
Okay, all right. So I don't know why Mahomes needs to be on the bar. None of that was about Patrick Mahomes.
Because Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes
do you want me to go into the problems that he's had this year?
What?
Well, his quarterback
They haven't
rating,
lost since Christmas.
His quarterback rating's been under 94 out of the 6 games, which has never happened in his career.
Okay.
Why
are we talking about Patrick?
4 straight games.
Okay, so if you're arguing,
but keep him on the top of the mountain.
Yeah, of course he's going to stay on the top of the mountain. When he's the 2-time defending Super Bowl champion and he hasn't lost since Christmas, he's going to stay on the top of the mountain.
I get it's a rich
exactly. Here's the thing. Josh Allen, I thought, played very well yesterday. Not great. It wasn't like but I thought he played really well. We are just a week removed from him having, from a completion percentage perspective, what was it, Wilds? The worst game in NFL history.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 1 week ago. And so I've been a Josh Allen guy this year, but week 4 was bad. Week 5 was egregious. Now, I'm of the belief he got concussed in week 5. The NFL and the Bills say you're out of your mind. Those smelling salts are because he just likes them. And so that's fine. So be it. So I didn't really penalize him too much, but I certainly can't put him ahead of Lamar, who I think has been good to very good every week except week 1, and great, I should say, good to great every week except week 1. And I think CJ's played
with a lot more talent offensivally, but
no, that is definitely true.
Significantly more talent.
100% true, and you're right. It is a rich tapestry.
And the weapons that CJ has, they're pretty.
That is true. He didn't have Nico Collins this week. Still scored 41 points. I think coach is actually kind of just convinced it is left to right, so he thinks I have Josh 6th when really I have him 4, 5, or 6. You'll never know. Brou, go ahead.
Well, look, I obviously Purdy's too low.
Why?
He should be up.
Who should he be?
I like him better than Goff. Caleb, not yet for Caleb, so Purdy should be up there.
Do you like him ahead
Baker's
of Baker?
a tad bit too high. But I'm going to give Baker credit for this year, but he's still a tad bit too high. But I want to focus, Coach, on Sam Darnold. We got to move Sam Darnold up. I'm not going to go crazy, but let's move him up at least a level. Obviously, they're undefeated. I know he didn't play this past week, but they're undefeated. And look at the 4 guys, I know it's not right to left, but the 4 guys other than Purdy that are ahead of him.
Cousins, Stafford, Herbert.
Yeah. Darnold's passer rating in 4 of his 5 games has been 100 or higher. And look at the guys that are ahead of him. It's hard to see that, but he's got 4. All the other ones, Herbert and Cousins,
6
2.
combined.
Dak, yeah, they got 6 combined. And all those guys have also played 6 games. Darnold's only played 5. And then let's look at the leaders in the whole NFL who have 4 100 passer games or passer rating games or more. That'll be the next graphic. But Darnold's up there. I mean, you're talking about 3 of the 4 or 5 best quarterbacks in the league. Yeah. He's got a passer rating as high as him as far as in 4 of the. And again, those guys have played 6 games. He's only played 4. Also, Nick, Darnold is 7th in the league in passer rating, 5th in the league in yards per attempt, and 2nd in touchdown percentage. He's got 11. And I know it's a rich tapestry, so you hold his history against him. I get it, his history, but here's his history. And Coach knows this. He's won 9 of his last 12 starts.
Great job.
That includes the Niners and Carolina. 9-3. Only one game with San Francisco.
What?
No.
With Carolina.
With Carolina.
Oh, with Carolina. I'm not. What I know happened in Carolina is he took the job from Baker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Baker had started 1-5, 1-5, and with the same team, Darnold went 4-2.
Yeah.
Darnold went 4-2.
Can I respond?
So I'm just saying, history it isn't all bad. It isn't all bad.
What a tapestry.
Thank you, Coach. You got to move him up. The
I said
dude
this
is balling.
Okay, can I say something?
He doesn't like Baker.
He's balling.
But the tapestry is not that rich. Where it goes back to
can I just say
Carolina.
something?
He took the job from Baker Mayfield, who's
all right,
right under Mahomes.
We have heard enough about the 2022 NFC South standings.
But you hold his history
I
against
don't.
him.
You don't know what I'm going to
The Jets
say.
saw that.
That's not what it is.
Okay, what is it?
It is a very rich tapestry, and in the tapestry is the following rule: during your bye week, you stay stationary. You don't move up or down on a bye week. So the time to argue about Sam Darnold was not in 2022, which evidently we could have, but you didn't care about him then, you do now. It was a week ago. But a week ago, you were too busy kvetching about Brock Purdy. This is why Brock Purdy should be higher and all this nonsense. So if you wanted to make a Sam Darnold case, you should have made it a week ago. The reason you didn't was because a week ago, he was coming off a terrible game that he almost blew.
Out of 5.
Right, so argue about it then.
It's a tough defense.
You don't move up or down on your bye week.
Mahomes?
It seems pretty obvious.
He doesn't get penalized that
no one gets penalized on their bye week.
Undefeated.
They don't move up or down. That's the rules. It makes sense.
You know what I am?
I don't know, weird.
Chemistry guy.
Yeah.
People look at me like, you see that guy? I say, yeah, you talking about me? He said, you're a chemistry guy, aren't you? I say, yeah, I am. I like chemistry between quarterbacks and pass catchers, Mahomes and Kelsey. If you look into the future 10 years from now, and Mahomes gets traded to, I don't know, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers he signs with, and Kelsey wants to come out of retirement for one last rodeo, I wouldn't be like, well, he's too old. He's been on the Eras Tour Part 5. No, I'd say, great chemistry. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Wow, worked in LSU, we'll work in Cincinnati. Tom Brady goes to Tampa Bay. You know what? Gronkowski has to come with me. He's my good friend. So, I believe that Aaron Rodgers, now that he has Devontae, should move up. And I know it's rich tapestry. I'm the poster child for Aaron Rodgers hasn't thrown for 300 yards in 29 games. I know it. I've been watching it with a fine-tooth comb. 294
so
last
close
night?
last night.
Yeah.
So,
I never had a doubt. Never had a doubt. That being said, he should move up with Devontae. Here's their history together. Excellent. Outside of, who is it? Julio Jones and Matt Ryan. What? It's good.
great point.
I just made the point about. I made a point about Mahomes.
By
and
that
Travis Kelce.
same argument, Rodgers is still an MVP. They last played together when he was an MVP. Yeah. Do you think Rodgers is
I haven't
still
seen him
that
play.
level of play?
I don't know. I haven't seen him at all.
Oh, okay.
I know if Travis Kelce disappeared, all of a sudden Mahomes might drop down a little bit. Tom Brady wouldn't even suit up without Gronk. Tom Brady was in New England without Gronk. All of a sudden, Bill Belichick's like, you know what? We got to get rid of this guy. Wrong decision. Put him with Gronk. It works. Win a Super Bowl.
Good point.
Great job, Walsh.
Good point.
Here's the other thing. We always say, we're like, Alan Lazard Or like Alan Lazard, like a nice player, but not like amazing. No, turns out leads the league in touchdown catches because, as I said before, chemistry. I'm a chemistry guy. Well, what about Garrett Wilson? Oh, Garrett Wilson's going to be upset about he's not getting enough targets. No, Garrett Wilson's going to be over the moon. You know why? Well, Jerry Sneed, you go take Devontae Adams. Leave me alone. Hey, Christian Gonzalez, I did catch a touchdown on you, but I'd rather you not guard me anymore. Pat Surtain, I can't do anything. Is it my fault? No. And he does lead the league in targets, but that's because these guys locked him up so tight. Aaron Rodgers had to throw the ball 25 times.
Question.
Nice argument.
I mean,
Very
this
good.
is this all.
He's going to be great.
All right.
Those guys all work together.
Wait, so I just want to make sure I have this right. Because I understand everyone can't be Mr. Consistency, but it doesn't mean that other people need to be Mr. Flip-Flop. Do I have this right? You believe in the New York Jets offense now. You do.
I'm a chemistry guy.
You believe in Aaron Rodgers now.
I believe. I mean, kinda.
Okay.
I'm a chemistry guy.
How
could you not?
So I'm the only guy on the show that thinks the Jets are still the Jets. Brou has them winning the division.
No.
Coach has them winning the division. You believe
the
that
Jets are no longer the Jets.
Oh.
They're the Packers East?
Jets are the Packers.
Okay. All right.
Jets
on
are the
record,
Packers. Aaron
mark
Rodgers,
it down.
let's put a G on that.
Mark it down. Gianna, cut this and send this to Wild's high school classmates that grew up making fun of the Jets. I want them to see it. You're just so fickle.
I'm a chemistry guy.
You see Aaron Rodgers, you see Devontae Adams on a Zoom call with Aaron Rodgers, he's over the moon. Okay, that's great.
Yeah, you know last time else I saw that? Mahomes and Travis Kelce bombed in on our Zoom call when he was on the
They
show.
had never stopped playing together.
Because they're friends. Chemistry works. When people watch this show, they're like, you know what? I love the full screens. No, they say it's chemistry. That's it.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're talking about. We never played down the football except coach.
What if we didn't we didn't do the show together for 3 years, and in those 3 years, you went somewhere and wasn't that good. I went somewhere and started talking about mud floods and stunk at my job.
Guess what?
And Brou retired.
I would get you
then
back.
I don't think it would
I would
work.
get you back. I would get you back.
They would want the
chemistry would
chemistry.
work.
The
They
chemistry
would be
would work.
raving about the chemistry.
That's right. It would
I gotta
work.
be honest.
Thank you, Bro.
That was
Great
nice.
point.
Good chemistry.
Outstanding.
Fire.
Both you guys are fire.
Man.
It's good chemistry. It
Tough
works.
mountain for Nick.
It's Kansas City.
Tough mountain for me. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.